Hey, welcome today. Thanks for joining me at Stand Free Spiritual Talks. I want to share a little small practice I like to use. I've had a lot of good experiences with it. It's utilizing your dreams for guidance. Now, there are two different ways that this could come about. One, you didn't ask for any guidance in your dream, but you got a vivid dream and you really can't make sense of it when you first wake up. So when that happens, if it's vivid enough, it's worth contemplating what a deeper meaning might have been. In the process of contemplating the deeper meaning of a dream, allow yourself some time, 15, 20 minutes. If you have time, if you're going to go for a morning walk or whatever it is you're doing, consider all the aspects of the dream. Consider where you are in your life and what it might have been suggesting to you. Somewhere in that contemplation, you can start to form an idea of maybe what that dream was trying to suggest to you. It could be, telling you to stop some bad habits, or suggesting you should try harder or wake up earlier and apply some energy and thought towards that idea you've been thinking of. It's saying, hey, go for it. And when you can decipher these ideas, you can be like, okay, you know what? If my higher self is telling me this, and if your higher self only wants you to be your greatest version, it's guidance worth listening to. So when you're in the process of spiritual growth or personal growth, which I like to say are the exact same thing, because spiritual growth only creates personal growth. You don't want to be spiritual just to be spiritual. You want to be spiritual to lead a more abundant lifestyle, to overcome things that, stand in your way, or mindsets that make you believe something is blocking you from being all you can be, or doing something that, is outside of your normal routine, outside of your normal space. Something simple as, say you're considering changing up careers or a job. If you're not sure if it's the right idea, if it's the right thing, this has happened to me on several occasions, you might want to ask your higher self before you go to bed over the course of a week. It doesn't always come through on the first night. Even write down, I'm thinking about making this change. And I'm thinking about going to this place for a job, or changing my career for this type of work. But I'm not sure if it's the right choice for me. I'm asking my dreams to help shed light. So then over time, you might get that dream over the next course of a day or two, within the week. When you get the dream, you'll know it. So then you get the dream, and it has some distorted scenarios, but trust me, they're not really all that distorted. If you think deeper on them, you can kind of break down what is being suggested or said, what kind of guidance is in that dream, with a deeper contemplation, which is like just considering, what did I see? What does that mean? What does a loaf of bread mean? What does this weird situation I was in on a sidewalk talking to somebody, what did that mean? And usually, because you already know the answer within, you'll be able to jog it up in your mind, come to a realization that, all right, it feels like my inner guidance is suggesting, yes, move forward in this direction. Or my inner guidance might be suggesting that the time isn't right for this. I have other areas to work on before I move in that direction. And then you can feel more aligned with your purpose. You can feel more comfortable in your choice you make, because life is all about choices. And asking your higher self for guidance along your journey is always a safe bet. We can use our intellect. That's part of the process. We break down, make a list of all the reasons why and why not. But when it's really just a choice that's could go either way. Sometimes the intuition can help push you in the right direction that you might not be seeing everything. So by having this practice available to you, it's something you can do nightly, but you're not going to get it nightly. But when bigger decisions are coming up, or if it just shows up on its own, some dream scenario that's a little bit heavy, and you wake up from it like, wow, that was deep. What was that all about? You really got to sit down and contemplate all the aspects of it. It doesn't take long, 10, 15 minutes. You only need to get 1 or 2 golden nuggets. It might say, yes, I know I need to try this, or stop that, or begin this process, or begin to do the steps I've been thinking about. This dream is pushing me along, suggesting, yes, go for it, try harder. You're on the right path if you move forward with this. Don't delay. Begin to take steps to get to that point. And then from there, you're going to have other points to go to. It's just one way of getting your intuition to help guide you along. Spiritual practice of dream analysis is fun and interesting, and something we can all do at any time. It requires no work other than I just want to ask my higher self for this assistance. And then after you receive a dream, taking the 10, 15, whatever you need be, think about it several times throughout the course of that day. You might get to it right away and just know the answer. Maybe write it down, what your goal is moving forward, or what steps you may need to take. Maybe you got an idea in the dream of a first or a second step, because everything is about a good choice and a small step moving forward. And utilizing your intuition, your dreams, is just one other practice you can use. And it's also a way that you begin to connect more with yourself, because when you start connecting more in dreams, in the daily operations of your life, you're going to know it, you're going to feel it, and sometimes you're just going to keep moving through the days. You're not going to be dreaming, and you're not going to be connecting, because you're going down the list of steps of things that you might be wanting to do, to change, to get more in line with your higher self, or becoming your best version. I mean, who doesn't want to be the best version? I wish we could all flip a switch and be our best version from the start. Some of us are. Some of us are working on it all the time. So whether it be mending fences, relationships, career changes, health goals, any type of ideas of processes you're thinking about working towards, and you're not sure about, dream analysis, asking for dreams, asking for inspiration, asking for help, guidance in your intuition, for your intuition in a dream state, is readily available and highly recommended by me. I've had my fair share of answers come to me in a dream. Yes, on many occasions, since I've been sort of working with my intuition over the past 7 years, I've had dream state answers come to me in a way that was quite clear, almost as if they already knew what some of the people look like in the process of where I was headed. Because it always shocked me when I went forward and came across almost a similar situation that was in my dream that I recalled. It's not always the next day, but it was sometimes, over, 2 weeks later, I'm like, whoa, I moved down this path, and look at the person I ran into is somebody that was in the dream. Close enough anyways. Also, a nice little thing I like to recommend trying, so you can back yourself up if you need to. If you're someone who uses an alarm clock to wake up, you can set your alarm for the time you need to wake up, but ask your intuition to wake you up at a different time before. Say, wake me up at 7:45. Set your alarm for, in case you don't trust it, right? Set your alarm for, set whatever time it is. You got to get up, 8 o'clock, and see if something funny wakes you up at 7:45 on the button in a peculiar way. Then you can, again, gain more confidence in the reality that you are connecting with your higher self that is slightly different than the way your brain works within yourself on a daily basis. It feels like there's another being within you that's just gonna say, okay, here it is, 7:45, wake up now. Gotta go. And that's cool, because when you receive that, when you start to know that, when you start to connect like that, when you start to have those kind of experiences, you begin to rely on it a little bit more. You begin to create a greater relationship with this power within yourself, which is you, your higher self, your spirit, that's helping you operate your functions on a daily basis, giving you ideas, giving you inspiration, bringing you to places that are gonna be more productive for you.